And welcome to the latest episode of Mostly Satisfactory, which is my Let's Build set in the game of Satisfactory, which is a sci-fi factory building efficiency and automation simulation set on an alien world, a beautiful alien world. And this episode's pivotal because the two big milestones before this was, one, realizing that my original design for a base sucked. and that was simply because I was coming into this with like 5 hours of gameplay, so I didn't know what I was doing. Then the second version, or the second milestone, came with the second version of my base because I realized the first one sucked, so I redid it. And in truth, that was actually an okay version if I never needed to expand it or build other products or whatever. And that is not what this game's about. So while I will qualify that the second base design was better, it sucked too. Now we are on my third iteration of the base design, and what we've set up here is a form that I think is scalable and adaptable, and we have used it to set up limestone processing into concrete and the processing of all of our copper stuff. So that's pretty good. But the reason this one's pivotal, milestone 3, even though we are in the middle of the third base rehab, renovation, what do you want to call it, this time I'm tackling iron and steel, which I've unlocked steel, but I haven't done anything with it yet because I was busy building this new version of the base. And the reason all of that's pivotal, right? Look at all that iron I got to do something with. Is the work I now have to work on is basically more than the limestone and the copper added together, right? And as I look out across this land, this is the challenge, right? I've got, by my calculations, I'm going to have to set up 9 new islands for all this stuff, right? There's going to be a new island for smelting iron. That's what that is. The mines obviously stay where they're at. But then from those iron smelters, we're going to feed construction of plates and rods. And the rod construction will feed screw production. And then all of that will feed the production of reinforced plates and rotors. And that's 6 islands all by themselves. Then there's the steel, which I don't really know anything about because I've unlocked it, but I haven't done anything with it. But there's got to be some process that converts iron, and I'm assuming coal, into steel. So that's an island. And then islands for the stuff we make with steel, which is, I think, pipes and beams. I may be wrong, but I think I remember seeing pipes and beams. So the question is, where do I put 9 new islands? And as I'm looking around here, the quandary is this, right? I've spread things out a lot, right? Because that's one of the nice things about this new plan. Spread things out. I have lots of room to kind of stretch into, to expand into. And I've taken up a good chunk of the newbie area. But what I'm running into is I'm kind of running out of space in the newbie area that I could spread out into horizontally without running into some problems, right? So I could spread out this way toward the iron fields, but you see those miners stick up, and they're going to stick up into the islands. So that won't work unless I raise my islands. A little hesitant to do that. Looking that way, we're gonna hit the void, but I don't know how much space we have. Oh, it is not what I meant to do. I'll take it. It worked. I didn't die. Oh. So I don't know how much space we have before we get to the void. I doubt there's enough space to fit 9 islands, but that is the goal. So let's see, just maybe I have to break that up and put like 3 islands there and 4 islands over here, and oh gosh. And you know, I'm trying to keep these guys all tied together in the same location, because you know a big chunk of this is logistics. I mean, I could put something over here and something over there, and then I could shuttle stuff back and forth, and that's always an option, but that's a bad option. Even with my limited understanding of efficiency within this game, I know that is a bad option. So I want to group all these new islands. So they're not stockpiling any coal there, and this one is stockpiling all the coal, which I'll need some of it because we're going to take a field trip, and I need some fuel for my little rover. Technically it's a tractor. It's just a little box with wheels is what it is, and it's down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's been a while since I drove this thing around. Left the lights on. Okay. Let's pop the fuel into the fuel slot. We got 102 spare. Okay, let's go mobile here and figure out what our options are. This is a scouting expedition. And a little freewheeling, freestyling, I guess. Oh. Look what I found in the middle of the road. Excuse me. He's not getting up from that one. Okay, good. And there's a bunch of iron here. Where's the bits that fell off? Here they are. Okay. This is iron. And it is impure. Okay. Huh. And this one's impure too, I would assume. Yep. Okay. So let's mark this stuff. I'm wondering if there's been some updates since the last time I put something on the map. So the question is, have they fixed our saved colors? So we'll say, nope. Yep, iron, it's impure. Select an icon, which is this stamp. It's a rock looking stamp. Yep. And color, we have a custom color specifically for this, which is called iron. And that doesn't look right. It looks way too white. I mean, it's very light gray, I'll give you that, but huh. Okay. So if I put one right here, same deal. Iron, impure, stamp, and iron. See, it's supposed to be grayer than that. Whatever, it's fine. We shall live. Unfortunately, this map doesn't, it only shows like the markers I place and the location of certain components. It doesn't really like have an overlay that shows my islands and the walkways between them. or even vegetation or anything like that. And there's the gap that I'm talking about, right? If we go out here, I don't think there's enough room for 9 islands without going out into this gap. And the map kind of implies that that's Terra Incognita, or more to the point, Terra non-exista, right? There's nothing there if you fall. I'm pretty sure you can build across. You just can't build down into it. And so, and you know, I got a problem with heights anyway. So I'm not real keen on bridging out into the ether there. You know, I don't want to die of a heart attack while playing the game. So I don't really want to die of a heart attack for any reason. So let's see. I mean, there's a little space here, but you know, that gets us like two. Oh my gosh, we got a twofer there. They're running in formation there. He's got his wingman, and that took the steam out of my sails. Oh, I'm wondering if there's just like, you know, that was a little bit of karma that kicked in there. See, I can see stuff down in there, but I do not. The map implies that it's a bottomless pit. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Please don't high five. Oh my gosh. That didn't kill him. Can I get off of this? I don't want to have to get off and unmake it and remake it in the middle of hostile territory. Okay, let's get this guy. Ugh. Okay, did you survive that? Ooh. Not only that, his body didn't even stick around. Oh, there we go. I got some air off of that one. Yes, I call this the cheddar method because it's cheesy. But if they're going to fill the game world full of things that'll bounce me around like a beach ball, then I feel compelled to bounce them around a little bit. Take a slug of this. Thank you. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. See, there's that thing sticking. That just... I'm wondering if there's something there, right? The map kind of showed something coming off of the waterfall. Like some super secret stash down there or something like that. But I just don't care. I just don't care. It's where, like I said, you know, you want to see somebody hyperventilate, or in this case, maybe I can hear somebody hyperventilate. Yeah, let's go down there. Huh. This looks like it might be something interesting. It's got some quartz tucked away in here. No. Just in case some bad guys come zipping out. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, you got some bacon shrooms. Huh. It is an interesting piece of geology. Don't know if it's interesting enough for me to do anything about it or hang out here and explore. Ugh. Oh my gosh, this is a horrible hill. I would imagine it's just as bad or worse to drive up. No beasties to ambush me so far. You always expect the worst. Plan for the best, expect the worst. That's what, or plan for the worst, or plan for the worst and expect the worst, and maybe that way you'll never be disappointed. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful I don't drive off this cliff I don't want to build off of. I mean, you really want to avoid it just at all costs for all intents and purposes. Intents and purposes. And intensive purposes, sure. I'll go with that. Okay, so this area I'm in is a bit, well, quite a bit further up in altitude than where I'm at now. So, but whoa! Oh, I just hit a bird. Oh man, I don't want to kill these birds. They're perfectly normal. They don't stick around. Did I hit a bird? I could have sworn I hit a bird. He's gone. I mean, okay. Note to self. So I feel bad about hitting the bird. And I'm pretty sure I did hit a bird, but there's absolutely no evidence to support that. Now I'm going to feel bad for the rest of the episode. In this case, too, I'm going to feel bad for, like, multiple episodes. But, anyway, this area I'm in is high up. And so if I want to build up here, I'm going to have to start building higher. Okay, let's check this guy. Ooh, oh, this is not good. This is not good. And he gets up and yeah, he's unfazed. Let's rephase him. There you go. I'll clip him a little bit. I think this is one of the ones that have bounced me around like a rubber ball. Ugh, there we go. Just nicked him at the corner. He is still walking. What about this one? That one spun and hit a log. I hope that hurt. Ooh, looks like it did. Okay. There we go. Bet his name was Clark Kent. Okay. Let's grab this stuff before they spawn some new ones in. Where is the other one? Where is the other one? Here we go. There was probably a summer sloop or something here. Espresso stand. I don't know. There's nothing there now. This looks like an important place. So I must have been here before. Or somebody's poaching on my space. Maybe one of you guys? Don't think it's feasible. So it just chalked this one up to faulty old memory. It doesn't seem familiar, but clearly that was something, and it's not there anymore, so I must have been here before. Okay. So that is an interesting concept, building up, right? Originally, I kind of envisioned the islands and the grid to just kind of cover the landscape one level deep. But now that I think about it, I really have no idea what the vertical limit is, but I'm pretty sure I'm nowhere near it. So conceivably, we could probably tack on 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 stories on top of the levels we have now. Right? There's one of those birds. And so that means we could build at the same level and then build upward. So then, like, say, what if I built 4 islands, 2 by 2, right? I think I could fit 2 by 2 in a space like this, right? Except for that big old stinky block of poison gas. But I mean, it's not going to be an island. It'll be a walkway between islands. But I think we have room for possibly a 2 by 2 here. If we raise the 2 by 2 up a level, I mean, do this level and then a level above it, that would give us 8 islands in the physical space of 4. And then I could tack on another one someplace. So maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's where I'm going to head with this. That's, at the moment, that seems the most reasonable and realistic option. Plus, it gets me where I need to be. So that's a big plus, right? You know, a strong vote in favor is it works, or it should work. So that's what we're going to do. That's my intention. Whee! As you will know, I've had many intentions. Some good, some bad, most of them good. And rarely do they work out as intended. So that's just how things go when you don't know what you're doing. But I'm learning. I'm learning to drive, apparently. Excuse me. Okay. So, okay. That could have been prevented. I just, yeah, I didn't do due diligence. Okay, so let us that's a Christmas stuff. Okay, just making sure. So let's go top side and start building our little 2 by 2 island. You know, it's a gamble. Life's a gamble, right? I mean, some people gamble more than others, but just being on the planet and trying to keep breathing is a gamble. So, and this is a different planet, but I think it still works the same way. It isn't radically different. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 7, 8. 9. Now, I don't see any green smoke across the top, so we're okay? No, we're not okay. We're definitely not. Oh, now you show it. It's sweet. Nice. Nice little... Oh, there's no poison gas here. Oh, there's poison gas here. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Nice. There should be a disclaimer. Okay. But I think if we build an island at the end of that, the island will be okay. So it's just like, you don't want to use that bridge very often unless you're in the in the tractor and you're going really fast. Mucho rapido. Hey, there's a bird up here now. Okay, now the birds are all over the place. Okay, let's try it from here. So let's kill off the rail. It's not rail useful anymore. Oh, 1. Don't walk off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8. 9. No, okay. I think it's 9. We'll count them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 9. Okay, so then this will be an island. Look at that. No damage. Nothing. Not even a teensy little damage. Placeholder damage. So 2, 3, 4, 5. That's that side. Pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that side. Excuse me, sir. Walking water balloon. There's those. That's 2 rows. That's 3 rows. That's 4 rows. That's 5 rows. 6 rows. 7 rows. 8 rows. And axle rows. Oh, no. But yeah, seriously, welcome to the jungle. Okay, we want this reach all the way down. And this is the corner of our new ice. Now, this whole 3D. So I sat down with Excel and I laid out these islands and kind of a recommended layout because, you know, stuff will go from one island to the next. And so it kind of makes sense if you group where they're coming from and where they're going next to each other, if at all possible. But now I'm playing, or I will be playing, 3-dimensional chess. And so my 2-dimensional layout is just not going to cut the mustard. I don't know where that came from. I mean, obviously it's an old idiom. And I don't know, cutting mustard. Never really cut mustard. Never seen anybody cut mustard. I have and have been around plenty of people who've cut the cheese. Totally different meaning. And, and it's not something you do in polite society. Let me just tell you that. Certainly not once you're married, I'll tell you. Talking about side eyes and bad looks. Yeah. You know, but yeah, guys are guys. Things happen, right? They're just, you know, you try to prevent something like that from happening. You're gonna have one cranky guy running around until it does happen. That's all I gotta say. I need more stuff. I think concrete. Not surprisingly, because I got a lot of stuff. Oh, I do have a dog. Okay, I thought... Oh. Turbo motor. It's not just a motor, it's a turbo motor. Thanks, Gus. You are Gus. Yes, you are Gus. Okay. So I thought I lost them both. I've only lost one. Or maybe I did lose both and one came home to roost. I don't know. Still not so clear on doggo behavior. To be fair, I'm not entirely sure doggos are clear on doggo behavior. So, you know, if they're not sure what they're supposed to be doing, what they're going to do, then how am I supposed to be sure of what they're going to be doing? Give me some concrete here. Don't leave any behind because that would be concrete evidence. Oh, I know it's cracked. But I'm just trying to lay the foundation for a good story. Okay, I gotta stop this or I'm gonna pass out. I'm going up killing myself here. Okay. I got regular motors too. These are not for anything specific, just general purpose. So those are general motors, and these are encased beams, which I'm sure are very important and useful. But I mean, just a handful of them. I will, when the time comes and I need them, I'm going to need more than 10 or 15. I'm going to need hundreds of them, because that's just how this works. So. Okay. Drop off my edibles. Oh, I got a lot of animal protein that we need to deal with. So let's go deal with that. We can throw them in the ticket machina. Hog protein. My preferred hog protein is bacon. There's a Facebook meme that I love, that every once in a while I'll see it in my wall from, like, you know, you posted this 20 years ago, and it's like, oh, that's worth reposting, which is the Facebook meme. They say each piece of bacon you eat takes 5 minutes off your life. And then it says, by that math, I should have died in 1792. I don't know if I'm that bad, but yeah, I should have probably died in the 1940s. Man, bacon is a food group. So it's I used to be of the opinion there's no such thing as bad bacon, right? I did get some bad bacon, and I don't mean bad bacon like it was, you know, food poisoning. I mean, it did not taste good, which, you know, I thought was kind of ranking up there with like the Yeti and the Loch Ness Monster. But yeah, it wasn't great. So now I can't say there's no such thing as bad bacon, but I can say it's almost as rare as the Loch Ness Monster or Yeti. So that's pretty darn rare, I'm telling you. Not common, not rare as in undercooked. Yeah, you don't want to eat raw. Well, so here's the thing. Ever since I was a little kid, even before they made a big deal about eating raw eggs or raw beef, they would tell you don't eat raw pork or undercooked pork. I mean, if you get cookbooks from the 50s, right? And I have some from the 50s and 60s. There have been hand-me-downs. But if you read them, the warning is don't eat your pork undercooked. And that's because I don't remember the exact name of them, but they used to have parasites, right? Even in commercial pork. And so if you didn't fully cook your pork, then you could have parasites, right? Which is not fun. So, and that's how you got all these recipes that basically dry out your pork chops. I mean, a generation or two or three was just used to eating a pork chop that is shoe leather dry with no sign of pink in it whatsoever. And then as I grew older, and, you know, now you get a cookbook and it doesn't tell you anything about, you know, roasting your pork until it's shoe leather. To kill off the parasites. They just tell you the standard, you know, cook everything to an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is something in Celsius. But anyway, so now you can't eat pork that's moist without committing a crime. Limestone is also coming out white, of course, but this time I really do need it to be the right color, and it's just not. But you know what you can do? You can pick one of these and cut and paste the color like so, and that's what I'm gonna do. Seems pretty cheesy to me. The cheddar effect. And I thought I was stuck for a second. Anyway, what was I talking about? Talking about cookbooks and oh yeah, pork. It's been long enough now. Some of you might not remember, but in the United States, we've been big meat eaters for generations, and then they did studies in the 80s. They came to the conclusion that eating too much red meat, in some cases any red meat, but in most cases too much red meat was bad for you, right? It really cranked up your cholesterol and all that jazz. But so the recommendation is eat more chicken and fish. And so that's what they said red meat bad, white meat good. White meat's fish, white meat's chicken. That's when the pork guys jumped in, because if you cook pork, it is, even before you cook it, it's the same color as chicken. It's not really red. And so that was their whole thing. While the Surgeon General's telling people to eat less red meat or maybe cut it out entirely, the pork industry is telling everyone pork is the other white meat. Oh my gosh, the guys are geniuses. Cheesy again, the cheddar effect. But oh gosh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so looks like my super duper grasshopper jumpers are not grasshopper jumping like they should, or operator error, or both. Okay, so there's stuff up here too. Excuse me. Ooh, iron impure. Oh, I've marked these ones. Well, excuse me. Okay. This is going to be tricky because I'm not going to have a whole lot of space underneath this island. Not going to have much space at all. And the problem is that's not even counting the fact that there's 2 miners that will be covered by this island. Oh boy. Well, shoot. I've already got a bunch of iron tapped, and there's a bunch of iron that I haven't tapped that aren't these 2. My guess, I could probably live without tapping these 2 if I absolutely had to. Though tapping these 2 would really make this super convenient island for the iron smelter. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that one. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all right? But I'm gonna have to cut down some trees. Because we've seen this before. Trees stick out the top. You don't want to have to go out and landscape your factory floor. Mow the conveyor lines. Trim the machines. So if you saw my kid's room, you'd know that it does sometimes apply to indoor spaces. So my wife and 1 daughter and I can sometimes be what I call messy. Or untidy, right? Which is, we might have a cup or a dish from a meal ago sitting on our desk. But it's empty. It's clean. Nothing wrong with it, right? I mean, if you had a mouse come into the house, mouse is going to be really disappointed. There's nothing left for it. The other daughter, she's the messy. right? So she's had, she'll have something that she mostly ate, or partly ate, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours ago, still sitting on a plate on her desk. And without prompting, sometimes that it can extend to a day. One time, even 2. So I do make that distinction between those who are untidy and those who are messy. I used to call it messy and chemical messy, right? One's messy, where there's a mess, but you're not going to get like food poisoning or anything from it. And the other one, you will. This is the whole shebang. So these 2 islands be half of our new foundation. I don't know how much I'm going to get done this episode. Okay, let's see. From up here. Yep. This is working. Back and forth. Foundation on, foundation off. Foundation on, foundation off. Paint the fence. I missed a corner. Okay. Oh, look at this. See, we're landscaping the factory floor anyway. These are just bushes. I don't think I have any actual trees left in the way. Oh, come on. I have to find a magic sweet spot to pick up leaves that are sticking up. I saw it. There we go. Oh, gosh. Leave that one. How about this one? Can you get it from the side? Yep. Okay. And there you go. Is this a tree or a bush? It's a tree, I'm thinking. Okay. Well, shoot. We'll put a pin in that one for now. Let's build a bridge over here. So, saw some cool bridges this weekend. My wife works from home and she goes stir crazy. Because she doesn't leave the house except for once a week for church and once a week to go to the grocery store. And then she does walk around the neighborhood a little bit for 15-20 minutes each day to get her steps in. But this one is not covered, so I could tap at least one of these without having a problem. Not much space underneath this thing though. Anyhow, so she goes stir crazy a lot, and with me out of work, we don't go on our little long weekend trips anymore. So, but she just decided, no, we got to go someplace this weekend. So we took a weekend trip, right? Go out Saturday, come back Sunday, which is today, and we went down to the Columbia River Gorge. Specifically, we stayed overnight in Hood River, Oregon, which is a pretty cool little town. Not if you were to read the Wikipedia article, you wouldn't think so. I mean, the highlights they pointed out is it's the only town in Oregon where the drinking alcoholic beverages from open containers in public is completely unrestricted. That's all they got out of it. I mean, that's pretty much their high point for Hood River. But I think it's pretty cool. Pretty nice little town. Even if you have people who apparently can drink alcohol in public, doesn't seem to be a problem there. Oh, okie dokie. Let's get this going. I'm sorry. I know it's not polite to just sit and stare or stand and stare. But I need these stairs because I need frequent and common access to get up onto these islands. I just hope these rock walls don't get in the way. We are about to find out. A little bit, but not much. Not bad. Okay. So let's see. Anyway, spending time in Oregon. I like Oregon. Of course. I mean, if you don't live in Oregon, you don't live in Washington, then you probably can't tell the difference between the two. And yeah, there is a lot of commonality, but I do appreciate the fact that you can pump your own gas there now. So, yay. I know a lot of people were upset with that because some people never learned to pump their gas, and others said that taking that requirement away would take jobs out of the economy. Yeah, but those aren't the types of jobs you want to pad the economy with, right? You want to give them more meaningful work, not pumping gas. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Since I guess 2023, you can now pump your own gas in most places, and they said, and there should be a provision to have them pump your gas for you. But the gas station I went to this morning just had self-serve, no full serve. So, don't know. So I think this is where we're gonna head with the third island, not up here yet. I want to build our 2x2 grouping first. And oh boy, that's going to be toward this other rock wall here. So I think we have just enough space for 2 more islands here, and then we'll build up from there. That's the plan. Whether or not I can pull this off, well, we're about to find out, right? We are about to find out. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that 9? I think so. Okay, let's see. We're still in Zoop mode. Let's see if we can build. I wonder what's over there. That's a pretty interesting elevation. 2, 3, 4 off the side. And 2, 3, 4 off the side. And then let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9. Okay. 6, 8, 9. Okay, I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus the one we started with. So that's too many. That should be. Gosh, you gotta count these things like 14 times. There is something down there. Big old blue mushroom looking thing. Looks like something out of Enshrouded. Out of stuff, but let's go check this out, this cave, before I go get new supplies. Can I do something with these? Let's investigate. Make sure there's no bad guys here before I start playing around with the flowers. There's no prompt that comes up when I get close. There's these flying things in here. Can I get up there? Oh, there's a summer sloop. And something that is not a summer sloop. Something bugs me about these guys, so to speak. Stinger. Okay. Where there's one, there's usually more than one. Are any of these plants... Oh, this... Up. Something's after me. Where? I lost him? Yeah, just No Man's Sky. Whenever I see some mucusy stuff like that, it's like, it's got to be bad news. Something had oh. So how come it's not telling me that there's something hostile after me? He's definitely hostile and definitely after me. It's definitely a pain in my tuchus. Okay. Let's go get the summer sloop.
The voiceless effigy creates bodies in air waves but does not notice the shore. Is our melody not beautiful?
Detecting abnormal brainwave activity again. Activating artificial brainwave resonator.
Your shallow song has no rhythm. The river erodes our temples without prayers and washes away our scripture without deepening. Consume.
I believe this is one of those moments where the scientist would yell, "Eureka!" But that seems entirely too dramatic. It seems they are somehow organically emulating human speech. Fascinating. Continue exposing yourself to alien artifacts.
Thank you for the clarification.
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm out of concrete. Okay. Oh gosh. This is going to be one of those cases where the company is going to figure out that I can connect to the planet, then they're going to try to use me as a conduit to the planet to take advantage of that connection, and then maybe I'll have to make a choice between my loyalty to the company, which is 0, or the planet. But I don't have a big blue girlfriend to draw me one way or the other. So, you know how it goes. The way of water. Corporations. So I need a bunch more of those mushrooms than the one I got. Presumably they'll keep popping up in that cave. So, okay. We've got 3 summer sloops now. Every time I think of saying summer sloop, I think immediately of one of those Hickory Farm summer sausages. Now, I know a summer sloop and summer sausage are different things. But now, whenever it's almost Pavlovian. So, I see summer sloop, my brain says summer sausage, my mouth starts salivating. I mean, when I say Pavlovian, I mean it is Pavlovian, literally. I mean, for what it's worth, there's a lot of stuff that'll get my mouth watering. Real fond of snack cakes. Probably too fond. So, oh, there it is. The billboard set, unavailable. It's not a matter of how many tickets you have, because I got enough now. I got to make this stuff, some of which I already threw away. Because I told you, you don't need, when I need, when I need them, I'm not going to need 5, 10, or 15. I'm going to need hundreds or thousands. And it turns out I could use 5, 10, or 15. Well, it just shows what do I know, right? Okay. Yeah, meanwhile, I know some veterans watch this because, they get together and kind of put together their own version of Mystery Science Theater 3000 to critique my performance. And believe me, it is funny to me, but it's also highly insightful. So I do learn from it. But, it's kind of funny. Maybe I'm just reading into it, but I'm reading... in when the stuff they write, I read emotion, right? So I can read some frustration, I can read some enthusiasm, and I can read not necessarily frustration, but exasperation. It's like, oh my gosh, and these poor guys, right? It's because for them it's probably like watching one of those summer teenage slasher movies, right? The guy's going into the basement, the lights aren't gonna work, he's still gonna go down, and he's gonna get slashed. You know all that, you're screaming at the screen, and yet what's gonna happen, and sure enough it does happen. Well, welcome to their version of Satisfactory, right? They're screaming at their screen for me to do something, and I don't want to disappoint them, but I'm just telling you now, it is going to be disappointing. It is. I'll do my best, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and a bunch more iron, it looks like. Looks like it's lined up correctly. Well, shoot. Shoot ski. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, plonk. Just get that into the cliff as best as we can. So I'm gonna, just like what I did with the copper, I'm gonna have to think seriously about which of these islands can be a little bit smaller, because I won't need to maximize production on a given thing. Don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure everything everything related to iron or steel is probably going to have to be maximized. But once we go up a level or two, we'll be back to a full island. Okay, sun's going down. Oh, looking at the clock. The timer's going down too. So I don't know if we're going to have time to completely finish this island, but we can definitely lay out the top of it. Like so. Oh, I think I got one more. Nope. We're all good. Lined up there. Lined up there. Needs some legs, otherwise it looks kind of funky to be floating up in the air like that. Thank you for your support. That was from the old Bartles and James wine cooler commercials. Bartles and James wine coolers. So I think I was like 19, 20, 21, somewhere in there, where wine coolers came out, which is basically they took some inexpensive wine and carbonated it, and that made a wine cooler. And oh gosh, excuse me. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I'm armed now. Come back. There you go. I mean, I'm not going to fault you for taking a swipe at a guy who's not ready, because, you know, I've got some basher-shaped silhouette stamped on the side of my tractor, so there you go. Anyway, yeah, I was at the legal drinking age when Bottles and James started producing these wine coolers, and let me tell you, on a hot day, a cold wine cooler was mighty refreshing, quite tasty. But just like everything, right? They were coming up with these, you know, like old-fashioned alcoholic drinks taste horrible. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, some cocktails taste pretty good, but most alcoholic drinks from back in the day are horrible, and that's just because that's the way it was. But then you can't get younger people to start drinking if you feed them that stuff. So you gotta give them something that tastes fruity and juicy and sweet. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We made progress. I have a plan. So I spent a good chunk of this episode trying to figure out what that plan is and where to implement the plan. And now we are implementing it. I feel good about it. I feel pretty positive about it. I'm not entirely certain it's going to work as intended. And I can see right now that I miscounted. The walkway between those two islands, it's 8. It should be 9. So, yeah, I already know I got to fix some stuff. But that being said, the path forward is a little more clear, and so we'll make it happen. And so with that said, I had good time. I had a good time this time. I hope you had a good time this time. I will be happy to read your comments and advice as always, and I hope you come back for the next episode. But until then, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps just a touch of good fortune. Cheers.